Agrippa. When Paul was in the prison, King Herod Agrippa was visiting Caesarea with his mother Bernice. He came to know about Paul from Festus and decided to meet him. So Paul was brought before him. Paul told King Agrippa that he knew everything about the Jewish matters, so it would be easy to put his matter before him. Then Paul talked about Jesus and told how he learned about Jesus when he was blinded by a light on his way to Damascus. He told them that Jesus had died on the cross and was raised from the dead. Paul said that he had been teaching about Jesus all over Judea so that people might repent and turn to God. King Agrippa heard everything. Then they took Paul away. King Agrippa and Festus talked about Paul. They knew Paul didn't do anything wrong, but since he appealed to Caesar, they decided that Paul had to go to Rome for a trial. Paul's journey to Rome. Paul and a few other prisoners were put on board a ship sailing to Rome. Centurion Julius was in charge. During the journey, they docked at the port of Sidon. Then they sailed towards Cyprus. Within 2 weeks, they reached the port of Myra. A strong wind started blowing, which forced them to change their route and go towards the island of Crete. They finally reached the Bay of Fair Havens. Julius and the captain talked about whether they should head for the port of Phoenix or not. The port was further round the coast, and the journey could prove hazardous to the cargo and the lives of the people aboard. Paul did warn them not to continue their journey, but they paid no heed. They decided to sail towards Phoenix. As they continued sailing, all of a sudden they were swept by a hurricane. The ship was tossed here and there by the winds. The violent storm. The storm continued for days. Everybody had lost hope. 2 weeks had gone by, yet they were still drifting. So Paul spoke to them. You must not lose hope. Last night an angel appeared in my dream. It told me that I must not fear. All of us here are destined to be presented before Caesar, and because of this, God will keep us safe. This gave the men some hope. They were all hungry, so Paul took out a crust of bread from his bag. He thanked the Lord and told the others to eat it as well. All the passengers and crew ate as much as they wanted from that piece of bread. The light was enough for them to see that they had drifted towards a rocky creek with a small beach where they could run the ship aground. The ship is wrecked. After eating food, people were more relaxed and at ease. They saw a small island from afar. The sailors decided to stir the ship on the sandy shore. But as they stirred the ship, it got caught in the currents and hit some hidden rocks. Slowly, the ship crashed and fell apart. It was time to abandon the ship. The soldiers wanted to kill all the prisoners before leaving because they knew they would be punished if they did not do this. But Julius stopped them, for he had started respecting Paul. He wanted to take Paul safely to Rome. He ordered everyone to jump and swim towards the shore. Not taking any chances, everyone jumped into the water. They all reached the shore safely. This was what Paul had promised. Not even one life was lost. They had reached the island of Malta between Sicily and South Africa.
Thanks for watching. Do like, share, subscribe to Sahil Book House.